Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 6 Week 2, Day 1. So today, of course, since it is the beginning of the week, we didn't quite get to do it on the first week of the campaign, since I was still on the family trip. However, going forward, as we normally do, we will be back to every Monday, covering all of the tasks and getting those done and just kind of showing them, as well as any synergies that they might have as far as overlap. Just trying to fix the thumbnail real quick. Not sure why it's the wrong one. Hopefully that is fixed now. Okay, so let's go do that. Of course, there is a very nice forum post that someone does every single week, which makes this exceedingly convenient. Otherwise, getting this information otherwise would be a little bit annoying ahead of time. It's not too big a deal to know them ahead of time, but knowing them ahead of time allows you to do any synergies. It ends up saving, like, what, about 15 minutes, I would say, compared to not knowing ahead of time. So always worth just kind of checking. It should be somewhere in all this mess. I'm not quite sure where. That's not it. There it is. Campaign 6. Should be updated. That was the previous weeks. So where is the current weeks? Is that the current weeks? That sure looks like it is a KZL week after all. Let me go open this and copy link address. This should bring it up. And there we go. Now we can zoom in. Okay, so as far as our goal tasks, got to get a bunch of elemental kills. That should be pretty straightforward. Quite a few locations that we could just get it done. Though we're probably just going to wait until it gets passively up and not really go out of our way for it. Run previous hero class 22 times is pretty free just using a rowing team, so no real rush to necessarily get there and just get the elementals done passively. Complete 3 delves at level 30 plus. I will probably just repick. Explode 450 gems, really easy. Win 6 dungeon battles. That's a repick, otherwise we have a 1-day delay. And the 3 treasure hunts, we might just end up repicking 2, even though we can just manually do them. As far as bronze, 13 brown kills, pretty straightforward. We could even just get that done passively. Or go to something like KZL or something for it, the actual Kingdom of the Week. Explorer and KZL 1 time at difficulty 2, so we can technically just do that there and then just go straight into the other one, not even needing to switch location. Use a KZL team for 4 wins. That's going to be annoying because we actually have to make a team for it. Though we can kind of just adjust the team that we have set for our for Thursday and just end up doing that, though we won't have half mana start when we do. Literally just do any battle to get 200 gold, open 2 event keys, pretty free. Craft a summoning stone, also pretty free. Kill Gurgulf 1 time. Easiest way to do that is just to find in PvP. You can get it through the ward event and explore as well. But PvP would be the easiest way. Hammer for 4 wins. You could just end up putting a hammer on Rowain team. Dwarven banner. You could literally just do the Dust Devil team or Rowain team. I just happen to use that banner. I believe it's a double brown banner. And use a Vault Key to kill 1 treasure gnome. This is just kill a treasure gnome. You don't have to use a Vault Key for it. However, using a Vault Key would get it done instantly. And with how many Vault Keys are in the game, yeah, you probably have enough that you could spare 1 Vault Key for that. But overall, not too bad. Everything seems pretty tame. These last 2 can easily just be repicked. And we'd pretty much be good to go from there. Okay, so right off the bat, we definitely want to start off. Actually, what do we have on silver? I think we immediately start by repicking silver. Hope it's something not annoying. Just so we don't have to go out of our way to go directly to delves. So we'll end up re-rolling this. And now we got Red Slayer. Interesting. So that should passively end up getting done. So now we'd want to go somewhere that has a lot of elemental. The thing mentioned Forest of Thorns. I could have sworn there's a better location than that. Like Glacial Peaks or something similar. I am actually not sure where the best ratio is, so I guess we'll just do Forest of Thorns. Wouldn't hurt to do so. Since we just need the kills, we could just simply go Dust Devil team and end up killing out with this same team that we ran pretty much all weekend. But anyways, guys, hello everyone. Hope all of you have been having a wonderful week so far. Hello, Bill. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Bushka. Hello, Barbara. Hello, David. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Jason. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, hello, Draco. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Sizzle. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Will we do the treasure hunt? Chat poll. No, we're probably going to repick the treasure hunt. I would probably do it if it was earlier on. The reason I'm probably going to pass on it, though, is it's the very last task. And one nice thing about something being on the last task is you can simply just repick it and get it done passively. So, there's not really a need for us to go out of our way to do it. If it was like if it was literally any task other than the 4th, I probably would go and do it. However, since it's the very last one, you can just repick it and get it done while doing everything else. So even if you can efficiently do it 100% of the time, getting 60 plus turns, it is more efficient just to repick it if it's the very final task. Because you have no need to get it done like instantly, immediately, compared to just getting it done passively. Compared to if it was earlier on in the list. But no, since it's the very last one, we will repick it. Normally I do end up doing them though. It's a nice change of pace. We could still technically do it, but obviously similar to the delve one we just repicked, you specifically have to go out of your way because it's not something you passively get done. Well, unless you do daily delves. In which case the delve one you would end up doing. But I personally don't do daily delves anymore, since we have every delve max, so it's not as needed. Does it reroll to the same thing for everyone? I thought it was a different reroll for everyone. I'm pretty sure the reroll is unique per person. The starting tasks are the same for everyone, but I am pretty sure it rerolls differently for everyone, though I'm not 100% certain on that. Because I remember in the past it seemed like people were getting different rerolls. I'm not sure if they changed that since then, though. Oh, also, I mentioned it in the video today, earlier this morning. However, we do have a Battle Crasher. Every time you kill it, you get 500 gold this week. It's a little bit extra gold. Nothing, like, too ridiculously high. Not as important to farm as something like a Vault event, of course. However, that's still a little bit extra loot, so it doesn't hurt. Better than not extra loot. That's not what I need. Actually, we didn't even need Adventure Board, do we? Because the only thing we needed was dungeons, but we're repicking that anyways. Okay, we gotta go do Explore 2 times in Kazale. That we cannot one-shot with that team. So we'll simply go to Kazale, go to Explore 2, that is Explore 1. So we're just gonna have to go in and go out. So go in here, retreat, yes, go to Explore 2, and just bring out a quick row in. We already know we're gonna need Hammer and the other thing, so I might as well adjust it accordingly. So I need Mountain Crusher or something similar. That's not the correct spelling. Actually, it is, but extra space in there. And we're going to need the banner of +2 brown, so I might as well preemptively change this. You could do this with the Dust Level team too. However, since we're already adjusting a team, we might as well just do both of them to this one. And there we go. Okay, so now this will count for 3 different things. Explore 2, when we need to use a hammer, and for when we need to use... Actually, we could even change the hero class too. I should have probably done that while I was doing it. Yeah, this will be able to cover 4 different tasks. Explore 2, the hero class, the banner, and hammer. So we got 4 tasks covered with one single team. Efficiency. We did have one where we had to use the hero class, right? I'm pretty sure we did. What was it under? Oh yeah, it was under gold. So we're not going to need it quite yet. But, so yeah, we'll change to it once we actually need it. But yeah, we do specifically need it for the gold. And this is the team that we would end up running for it. However, since we don't have that gold task active yet, we don't need to switch to it quite yet. Unless we want to get the elemental thing out of the way, though. I don't think it's that big a deal. Oh, so we only have to do this once, right? How many times do we have to do this? Do it 1 time, yeah. So as soon as we finish this battle, that'll finish out this task. A banner of +2 brown sounds like a D&D object. With some really bad effects. Oh, speaking of that, we're going to be doing Darkest Dungeon tomorrow. I'm going to be starting that back up and doing that probably throughout this week. Darkest Dungeon 2 is no official date, but it does seem like it's slated for by the end of quarter 3. And we're in quarter 3 right now. September is the end of it. So within the next month, Darkest Dungeon 2 is likely coming out. So we're going to be revisiting Darkest Dungeon 1 and playing through the entire game. I probably will disable Crimson Court for a good majority of the earlier part of the game. However, we will have all other DLCs active. But I'll probably reactivate Crimson Court a little bit later. It is just an exceedingly annoying DLC to deal with. And my knowledge of the game, while I do know some stuff about it, is not high enough to bother dealing with it. So we're going to have it disabled for the earlier parts of the game. And then once we start getting a little bit later into the game, we'll probably end up activating it. And then dealing with it. It's just so annoying to deal with otherwise. But anyways, win any battle with a KZL team except training. Okay, this is annoying to go out of our way for. I think we're going to go back to Forest of Thorns and just use our team for Thursday. So we're going to grab this team, and I just need to change the hero class so it counts. So instead of Archmagus, we will switch to the class of Rune Priest, so that counts as pure KZL. And then we just run with this. And I guess that banner's fine, doesn't really matter. We already have the other color. Okay, what do we go for here? I'll take some purple for now. Grab a brown, and we'll take that over. Yeah, Dark Ascension is kind of interesting because it actually has a really similar combat system to Gems of War. Obviously quite a bit different with all the luck-based factors. But it has like that same kind of premise of building a team of 4 versus a team of 4. So a lot of the team building has some similar aspects to it. Even though the roster to choose from is drastically smaller, of course. I think they have like 18 units or so. Whereas Gems of War, of course, has over 1,000. Let's see, I'll take that over. Though each individual one in that game does a lot more than in Gems of War. Because, of course, everything in Gems of War only has one cast specifically associated to it. Okay, oh wait, I still need one more. Whoops. That was a trigger for the other thing. No, I might as well trigger it because our other thing is to go use this class 22 times. This will get it done once. So that's not the main way that we're going to be getting it done, but might as well get the synergy there. And then we'll do one more. And then that would get the bronze done, and then we can move forward on bronze. I'll say hello, Michael! Welcome, welcome. What do we even go for here? We'll take some purple, get that down. Get our black manacles in there. And we're good to go. What's a good time to try and get to the moon card? It's not in drop table yet. It will be at some point within the next few weeks, most likely. However, in the current state of the game, right now, it is not in drop table at the moment. So do be wary of that. Where's a good Explore 1 location? Does it even matter where we do it? I don't think any of our other objectives really care where we do the Explore 1. I'm looking for the Dust Devil team. I really need to rename it to something that's more obvious. I'm not sure why. I keep forgetting where it is, even though it hasn't moved. But ever since I renamed it, I keep losing track of it for some reason. Alright, this one's free, and the next one's also free. We got this one, then we gotta do a brown summoning stone. Well, it's not free, we're literally spending resources, but you know what I mean. They're so quick that they get it done like instantly. Oh, well, we actually pulled a Hiking Iron Gut, nice. That was one of the things I said you might want to try for if you don't already have. Pretty good option. It's not used too often, but there's several dwarf teams that need it to function. Also, to realistically use Rune Priest, you have to have the hero class. Otherwise, you'd basically never use Rune Priest hero class. Which even once you have it, you pretty much never use Rune Priest hero class anyways. Let's even in the drop table. Rock Spirit's pretty good early on in the game if you happen to randomly get it from it. Everything else not too interesting though. And Rock Spirit does fall off, but earlier on in the game is a really good boost ratio, especially for arena. Okay, Hunting Gorgolfa. Easiest way for this. I don't think we have a starting battle with it. Let me double check World Event. That's not World Event. No, we do have Guild Wars next week. Not this week though. I'm looking for Gorgolfa. Oh, good. We do have a guaranteed Gorgolfa. That's what I thought. Okay, let's just go kill it out real quick. I'm sure this team seems fine. We need to make some adjustments later. But for what we need to do right now, this is perfectly fine. Because for super earlier battles, we'd want to have something slightly different. And for now, this will get it done. If nothing else, we can literally just spam this until we win. And that will be fine. Keep riding. Like Guild Wars again. Yep, every 4 weeks. Oh, that was easy, Gorgolfa kill. Let's save this about a minute of having to hunt for it. Alright, we got a Romaine. And now would be the time to switch to Rune Priest if I haven't already. And I have not, so let me go do that. And now we get both of these done simultaneously. Always got to get those syncs. Oh, and we got a little Daffodil as well. Does that count as elemental? Oh, it does. That makes the elemental killing even easier. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that counts as an elemental whenever battle crashes in. Plus, if it kills something that wasn't elemental, that counts as an elemental kill as well. So it's actually really easy to get those elemental kills that we just finished. I didn't even realize that was counting towards it. I was like, hello, Defiant. Hello, RimWorld. Welcome, welcome. Are the gnomes and Cedric drops in the epic vault keys change in any way? I believe you get more copies of them whenever you get a Cedric or a normal gnome. Also, the tarot cards only drop 1, but I believe the chance of getting them is slightly higher compared to normal vault keys. But whenever you get a Cedric, it drops 4, and whenever you get, I believe, if not mistaken, as well as the normal gnomes, it drops 4. Which is still basically like dropping 0. because of how many you need to actually upgrade them. Not Cedric, but the common ones require 191 copies. So even 4 is pretty much almost no progress towards it. So not sure why it's set up so weirdly like that. They've never done anything to adjust it either. Okay, and since we already preemptively set this up, luck, we don't even need to change our team. That's why we change everything beforehand. Because we already knew we were going to need this banner, so now we don't even need to readjust. We just simply do another 4 battles. And this also gets synergy with Rune Priest, since the gold objective requires us to use Rune Priest hero class. So we're getting done both bronze and gold without even needing to change our team, or location, or anything. By preemptively doing it. Generally speaking, you almost always want to set up your Rowan build for that every single week, because there's generally a task related to the banner of the kingdom. The weapon, I believe, is based on the weapon of the hero class. So for example, the Rune Priest hero class is a hammer weapon, so it's hammer for the weapon type for the week. And the other one is actually setting the hero class itself. And you can do all 3 of those with this team. You can also normally do the Explorer objective as long as it's Explorer 5 or lower. Or Explorer 6 sometimes you can get away with. Depends how high your stats are. Yeah, this one we literally just have to use 1 Vault Key, which I think we could splurge. We only have 1,000 something Vault Keys. I think we can afford to use 1. Let's see, how many Vault Keys do we have left? 1,307. I think we can spare 1. Let's see. You don't have to use a Vault Key for this, though, if you don't want to. You can just simply go find the gnomes, and it'll count. As long as you kill 1 single gnome, it'll count. And obviously, that does not specifically have to be a vault. The only time you ever have to actually use a Vault Key is if it specifically says to use a Vault Key. But normally, the task says to kill, like, X number of gnomes, either 1 or a few. And in those cases, you don't actually have the Vault Key. You can just find a manual if you want. However, it is obviously way quicker to just use a Vault Key, because it guarantees that you get a battle against them, which is way quicker than trying to find them. That's definitely not required to use a Vault Key if you don't have any spares. Though, given how Vault events are, and given that we literally just had one, should have some spares laying around. Oh, how do you not have full mana? Gonna make me have to do all that. Oh no! I got a rope dart first. Not too big a deal though. And there we go. Oh, I almost used key again. Let's see, blue? Oh, useless green. A little bit of gems in there. Alright, bronze are now done. Easy as that. Well, we still have under silver. Actually, we haven't done any silver yet, have we? No, we've not. We haven't even completed out the first silver task. We need to go somewhere where it has a really high concentration of red. Where's a good red kingdom? Pride Lands isn't too good for it. I believe Blighted Lands isn't too bad. I really need to memorize where all the best locations are. The problem is they keep changing. Like where the absolute best of each color is. It's either Groshnok or Blighted Lands for the best red, I believe. We'll go with Groshnok for now. I should be able to average 2 every single time. And always bring out the stubble team, which should be somewhere around here. That's not it. There it is. Are we sure about the increase on tarot cards? No. I would not know for sure. And I'm not sure if anyone has data mined it anywheres. But from other people opening them up from videos I've seen, it does seem to have a bit of a higher rate. So it could just be that they got lucky. But from footage I've seen of opening of them, they are slightly higher. It also makes sense given that they only drop 1 instead of 4. Unlike all the other gnome drops that drop 4, even Cedric itself. I don't think that's been confirmed though. And it's definitely not required to get them in Epic Vault Keys. You can easily get them in Vault Keys. Well, maybe not easily, but it is possible to get them in Vault Keys. Normal Vault Keys. Wait, how did you not die? Did he just take 0 damage? Am I going crazy, or did he just take 0 damage from something that should have killed him? Did I miss something there? Shouldn't he have died? Did he just take no damage when we cast it? I think someone mentioned that to me earlier too. As I was kind of confused by it because you should just die. We're using Rune Priest right now, right? Oh no, I forgot. We actually aren't using Rune Priest right now. Hold up. I should probably switch to Rowan build. We're still getting the other one done. But we're not actually getting progress through Rune Priest. Let me just switch real quick. Just so we can get Rune Priest progress. Forgot about that. There's just no way we can end up doing it there. Well, actually, that's not true. We could... oh, no. We'd have to use Slayer Hero class. So yeah, there's no way to use Rune Priest then. So I'll switch back to this. And they should both be get done at about the same time now. Invisible barrier. He does have that, like, gain armor trait, but that shouldn't cause him to take literally 0 damage. Because he'd have at least some amount of HP damage in that situation. Because he has that, gain 5 armor when I take damage trait. Oh! Hold up. Maybe that would cause him to take no damage. Because Ironheart's hitting with 5, and the other thing's hitting with 5. But then why does he eventually die? I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. He should either be invincible, or it shouldn't happen at all. Like, it happening once is the weirdest possible instance that could happen from it. Like, right there you can see his armor increase from it overall. Oh no, that's weird. Like, it should interact in one of 2 ways. Since we're doing 5 damage, it should make him invincible, where he would never die. Or he should just die instantly. The weird thing is, when we do the Dust Devil team against him, he survives the first one, but dies on the second one. Which doesn't make any sense, because if he survives the first one, he should survive literally every single hit. He just should just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's up with that. Because in theory, he should be invincible to Dust Devil plus Ironhawk if it's going to trigger every time he takes damage. He should either be invincible or die instantly. But him not dying the first cast and then dying the second cast doesn't make any... I was gonna say, both of those should be about done right now. They're both, like, right there. We need 5 red kills and 2 more wins with the Rune Priest. Too bad that guy doesn't count as a red. So where's all my mana at? We're gonna take a blue potion. Get the extra turn from the blue potion. Oh, it missed. Yes, every solid resource that you end up getting ends up getting increased by 20% when you do it through the bonus. So the keys that you get are increased, the gold, the souls, the diamonds. Anything that basically has a base number that can be increased by it will be increased. The things that aren't increased are like the troop drops or the key, or you know, the if you get a vault key or an epic vault key from it. Like anything that's wouldn't gain any additional from 20% wouldn't end up going up any further. And we need like 4 more red kills. And then all we have are silver tasks. Which means, you know what, I might go out of my way to just do treasure hunt then. We're gonna go do treasure hunt. And the main reason for that is we don't actually have any other tasks to do. And it is probably quicker doing 3 runs of treasure hunt than it is to do whatever the repick is. Even though the repick could be done passively. So we're going to do the treasure hunts for once. Nice change of pace if nothing else. And then we'll probably mess with the new troop. And probably mess with him in the event as well. The world event. Hey, there we go. Now let's go do the rest of silver. So next up, we gotta go destroy a bunch of gems with explosions. Easiest way to do this would probably be Gorgotha, Leprechaun, with like a Harpy Mage. I'll probably do it that way. Let's find something that we don't need. What do we not need? Hatter and Scroll. Which one is this? That's a good Hatter and Scroll team. This one we don't need. That's just a Rowan build. Oh, it's not our main Rowan build. Okay, let's go change this team. So we're gonna need a Gorgoltha. Oh, I still have the thing set saved. There we go. We're gonna need a Leprechaun, obviously. I might go Ward Breaker just so we have a win condition that also still explodes. And then we're gonna need I don't know, Harpy Mage, hero with blue weapon. What color are we missing? Just blue? Let's go when the blue explodes. Doesn't matter too much which one it is. I'll go with that one. Alright, let's roll with that then. That's our team. And banner will go to like brown green or something. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't think it matters too much where we do this, so let's just do it on Explore 12 Golvania. Which shouldn't kill us, mostly because we have Gorgoltha there. Also, I forgot to mention in the video, but Gorgoltha is in the event key drop table. He's also in Soulforge, but him being in Soulforge is a little bit less relevant. If you're going to get him off event keys. He's not a must-have, however, he's a good utility troop to have. He's definitely a lot less useful in the current state of the game compared to how he used to be. But he's still one of the best tanks in the game. It's just very rarely that you would need something specifically that tanky, since it's not particularly quick of an option. There's much better mana accumulators out there these days. Well, since we have to explode, might as well use them. Oh, we got a potion gem. But yeah, explosion is quite a bit more valuable during this season due to potion gems. Let's stop doing Ward Breaker. I don't want to kill them yet. I want to kill them some, not completely yet though. Probably priority to go for Gorgoltha whenever we can. He should be able to get more explosions than anything else. Now that we just popped the red one, we go for the red again. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure we've exploded enough gems, but just in case we'll keep going until he naturally dies somehow. Yeah, that should be enough explosion. Find out in a moment. Yep, that was enough. There we go. And then Dungeon Lord. This one I do really want to repick because it's a 2-day delay. So we kind of have to. Win explore battles in Adana at difficulty 2 or higher. That's annoying. Why Adana? So it's on 12 currently. That is definitely not what we wanted on. Also, keep in mind, this is not 24 full runs. It's just 24 battles. 24 full runs would be absolutely horrific. But it's just specifically 24 battles. Which is like, what, 5 full runs? Which is a little bit annoying, but not as annoying as having to wait till tomorrow. Let's see. I'm looking for Rowan. How did I lose track of Rowan? We've been using it like a billion times. There it is. And now that we're done using all the things, I might as well switch it back to Archer. As well as a banner that's not horrible. I'll keep the weapon as is though. Not too big a deal to change it. Literally any weapon that doesn't block Rowan is perfectly fine on this team. Most battles you're not even casting it, especially this low of a difficulty. Higher difficulties you do, like your Scale Shield and stuff like that, but lower difficulties, the weapon really does not matter as long as it doesn't block Rowan. You can get away with just about anything. So we'll end out the redeem code soon. I think we'll do it when we do the treasure hunt. Once we start getting to treasure hunt. After we do like 160 turn treasure hunt, we'll go probably hand out a code. Or how about this? The first vault we get in treasure hunt, we'll hand out a code for. Because hopefully we'll get it on our first run. And then after we do treasure hunt, we'll have all the tasks done, and then we'll go mess with World Lore event using the new potion troop. Because of course, as of today, we got a new troop that has the capability of creating potions. It's not the greatest of troops, but it's a little bit of an average skull spammer. Whenever it gets hit by skulls, it creates a brown potion. Obviously, we're going to get much better potion effects at some point, including the weapon's pretty solid. But it's the first one, so might as well mess with it, since there's currently no other way to really use the mechanic otherwise. Do you know what Salty will be talking about tonight? I have not the slightest clue, other than that this is the first stream since the controversy of them nerfing Vault event, so I'm pretty sure she'll be discussing something about it. Also, I believe she's streaming this Wednesday, which would be the first time since the worst patch they've done yet for Puzzle Quest 3. So that's a pretty low bar. Every single patch is basically the new worst. But it'll actually be the first one since the most recent patch, because they haven't done a stream for it for almost a month. And this Wednesday will be their first Puzzle Quest 3 stream since then. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Luckily, they did do a mini patch last night that did buff some things, though it didn't fix any of the core issues related to the game. It just made something that was bad slightly less worse. But I'm kind of curious, did everyone get the Adana repick for this, or was it something else? Last I recall, it's random per person. But did anyone else also, or did everyone else, I should say, also gets the Adana thing? Did anyone not get it? the do Adana a bunch of times from the repick? Because last I recall, it's unique for everyone. It's not the same for everyone. You had Adana Explore as well? Interesting. Did anyone not have Adana Explore when they repicked it? So maybe it is the same for everyone then. Okay, you got something else? Interesting. Because that's what I thought. It might be a higher chance, but last I recall, it is different. There might be a lot of people that get the same. But I recall that it's slightly different for every person. Though it might pick from a similar drop table, which is why so many people get the same. But it's definitely not everyone getting the same. So I can't really go over repick tasks because what I get might be different than what other people get. Yeah, I got Kill Reds as one of mine. Maybe it's in order of... Oh, you know what? I wonder if the repicks go in a specific order. Because one of our repicks was also Kill Red. So maybe it goes Kill Red, then do Adana, then so on and so forth. It might have an order that it goes in every week. Based on when you repick it. And it just goes through that order. Because did everyone who did the Adana, did you end up getting a red kill prior? Oh, so it just went straight to Adana? Interesting. Also, this is a very annoying repick. So not the most annoying that it could have been, luckily. There are ones that are worse. But this is pretty high up there for one of the ones you definitely don't want to repick into. Because you can't do this passively whenever it tells you to explore in a location. Luckily, it's early enough in the campaign that doing Explore on something like Difficulty 2 isn't too big a deal. But when it tells you to do this on, like, Explore 7, that's, like, an issue. When it starts doing it for the higher ones. Like, outside the range that anything can kill in one shot. It becomes quite a bit longer of a task. To a point where it might not even be quicker than what was originally there. Hello, Theo! Welcome, welcome. If anyone still has any questions, anyone want me to go over to, let me know. After this, we'll go do our treasure hunts. And we'll have our redeem code during the treasure hunt. And then after that, we'll mess with the world event using the new potion troop. Or I should say, the only potion troop. Until we get more. I'm really curious to see how the weapon pans out. We get it next Monday. Assuming I have either the 2 passes ball. Okay, and I'm not going to repick treasure hunt. We're going to do it manually. Alright, let's go do treasure hunt. First vault we get, we will hand out a redeem code. We got to do 60 turns 3 times. Hopefully we can get a first try each time. Lately we've been pretty consistent at doing so, but there's a lot of factors that can make it not happen. Focus time. Focus on the juicy loot. Actually, the loot for this place is pretty horrible. They really need to buff it. The only good thing about it is it's actually still the highest rate of gems in the entire game, which is kind of funny. But everything else about it's horrifically bad as far as overall loot. It also is the only location that gives you no EXP, which is really bad later in the game. As well as pretty much at any point. Or particularly later in the game when that's one of the few things you actually still want to keep getting. We'll take that for now. Overall, this map's not looking too good. It's also not looking ultra horrible though either. How's that not a 5? Okay, I was gonna say, there better be a 5 times there. Double 5 times. It'd be fun if we got a vault while we didn't hit the 60 chests, or the 60 turns, I mean. We're in an okay position to get a vault. Now we're in a really good position to get a vault, gosh. Let's see, I'll take that first. Take the other one down. Alright, there's something wrong if we don't get a vault out of this. The amount of setup we have for it right now is very high. Bigger concern now is that we don't hit 50 turns. Because we really don't have any extra turn methods here. Oh, that helped it out a lot. Wow. Always good to see that double extra turn out of nowhere. Very helpful. Alright, we hit our 60. But now I need to go get a vault, because I said we'd hand out a redeem code when we do. Let's see. Take that over. It's the easiest way to get that into a vault. This area is too congested is the problem here. I don't have a way to drop the other thing either. Alright, there we go. We got a vault. We did it! There we go, we got a vault. Redeem code time. Let's just finish this map. Should we go for the double vault? I don't think we can with this map. It's definitely still possible though. Actually, it's very much still possible. I kind of lost track of how many times we've gotten the double vault achievement. It's actually one of the hardest ones to do, because it's one of the few skill-based achievements in the game where you have to actually be somewhat decent at treasure hunt to get it. That or get extremely lucky. Or a combination of both. Combination of both is also very helpful. Let's see, what's the percent on it right now? That's not how you check. Let's see. How many people have gotten double vault? I know it's less than 2%. It should be one of the rare achievements in the game. It's been out for a while though, so people have had time to get it. Plus there's been a lot of objectives like this where you kind of have to go do treasure hunt. Where is it? Should be down here. Is it more than 2%? I'm actually really surprised. Where is it? %. That is way higher than I thought it would be. Yeah, 6.4%. That is actually decently high. Way higher than I was expecting. Let's see. I'll take that for now. Getting these into each other is going to be annoying. This looks like it's coming to the end of the map. Our bottom's too congested. Not much we could do about it. We got two red chests next to each other. The third one's too far away. And that vault thing's kind of like right in the middle and we can't move it down. Looks like the end of the line. That's all we're going to be able to get out of it. What did we hit? Glory key off it? Yeah, we hit some glory keys. Alright, well, one done. 2 to go. Oh, exactly 100 turns, too. Alright, 1 down. Oh, yeah, let me go hand out a code. I said I would hand out a code when we hit a vault. That is a vault. Let's see. Code time. These other two are probably going to rush through the second we get hit 60. I just wanted to get the 1 vault. Let's see. Always good to try for those gem keys. That's the only good thing on the vault key drop table. Or not the vault key drop table. The vault itself drop table. I wish it dropped vault keys. But the 2 gem key drop is its most useful loot. Because I believe its gem drop is only like 5. It's pretty underwhelming. Compared to the fact that the green chest drops 1 and the red drops 2. And generally you want as many green chests because that actually gives you the highest amount of overall gem chance. Which is why you don't make any of them above a green when you're rushing through them. Where on earth is my code section? Ever since I got back, I moved it to a really weird location. I can never find it. There it is. I need to fix that later. But here you guys go. Here is the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever game says, whatever... Oh, there it is. Whatever there is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters starting with 8G. And give same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Only usable on PC mobile version of the game. But there you go. Enjoy. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. Helps with the YouTube algorithms. Okay, we'll take that over. Get the other thing down. And as soon as we hit 60, we're just going to rush end the map. Unless we have like an insanely good board. In which case we might play it out just for the fun of it. But otherwise, we'll probably just rush it down. So we can go mess with the potion troop. Not spend too much time on maps. More than we need to be. Because obviously that previous map we could have done like half the time if we just ended it the second we hit the objective. That was a nice cascade. Too bad cascades don't really help you much here. Sometimes they can even be a bad thing. Because if you get a big cascade early on, it wastes a lot of 5 times. Because it's actually capped at once per move. So even if you hit multiple 5 times off of a cascade, you only get 1 single extra turn from it. Not multiple. So sometimes a big cascade early on is actually very detrimental. Later on, it can be very useful. But it happening early on is actually normally more bad than good. Yeah, I know. Especially given how much they buffed up Vault events, there's really no reason why a Vault should not have a Vault key in it. A 1 in 4 chance instead of having Glory there. There's absolutely no reason in the current state of the game why it shouldn't have a 1 in 4 chance of giving you a Vault key. Oh, what am I doing? We already won. Let me just take whatever. As I'm literally taking extra turns unintendedly. Taking 5 times without even trying. Trying to end the map. As I keep taking extra turns. There we go. Alright, one more. A little bit of gems there. Alright, just need one more done. And that is all tasks completed. In under an hour. Looks like it would have taken about 50 minutes total. Probably 45 minutes if we didn't spend so long on the one map. Just because we were messing around. That's pretty nice. Anytime you can get them done in under an hour is pretty solid. So that means this was a bit of a quicker week. Though we are towards the beginning of the season, so we don't have all the the ultra hard tasks. Like the Explorer one wasn't that bad because it was a low level Explorer. But if it was a higher one, it would take longer. But overall, not that bad at all. Always good to see it take less than an hour. And of course, they're meant to be done over the course of a week, but most people just do them instantly. Because luckily they don't take as much time, so you can just get them done instantly. I didn't bother while I was on vacation, though. Mostly because a lot of them require you to go outside of the way of dailies. Unless you get lucky. And then we just passively did them during the Vault event last weekend. Because more often than not, they will repick into something that can be done passively. Not always, though. Like, of course, this time around we got one that did, what's it called? We had to go to Explore 2 for Donna. Okay, we might actually lose this map. Well, you know, lose relative to map standards. You can't lose a treasure map. But losing is basically less than 60 turns when we're trying to hit this objective. And we are at 50 with no way to secure extra turns right now. That is not where I wanted that to go. That is very much not what I intended for. I'd still be able to make it work, though. It's gonna be very tight. Oh no. Oh wait, one. Okay, that was dangerously close to not winning. Exact 60. Doesn't matter if it's exact, it counts. As long as you hit 60. 60 or higher. And 60 counts. Oh, there we go. All objectives are now complete. That was dangerously close to not being done. Oh, there we go. We got a flawless treasure hunt run. Got it first try all 3 times. And here's the redeem code from earlier. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now with that out of the way, let's go mess with the new troop. So, of course, we got the first ever potion creating troop as of today. And let's go mess around with it. Oh, I still didn't do the other daily thingy. Should probably go do that. We'll mess with this first, though. Let's see. Just go to here. Go to here. It's just rarity order for this event. Let's see. I want Earth's Fury. I want a Wild Queen, probably. And what do we do for our mana? We kind of need Angry Mob, but there's no way Angry Mob fits in this team. We have Enchant, though, won't we? It'll kind of work. Do 20% into, like, 8 magic. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Because the case doesn't save. I think it does, though. What did I want to go do? Oh, yeah, 20% into magic. Oh, I gotta accept one of the tokens, though, or it's going to keep telling me to keep setting them. Which is very annoying. Gosh, keep getting bad orbs. There's a medal. Yeah, we'll start with 1 magic, 1 20%, and 1 the medal we have to use. Otherwise, it's going to keep telling us to go set a medal. Yeah, we'll roll with this. This is a mix of the 2 builds. The cheaper one and the more expensive one combined together. Wait, did that just pass our turn? Someone was mentioning that earlier. This is the first time I've actually seen it happen. Oh, there was that brown gem creation off that. Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, potion gems are going to be decently meta. I'm curious to see what other troops we end up getting with it. How viable they're going to be. How they're going to rebalance it. Because the mythic they already rebalanced, so some of the other ones might see rebalance. The potion pass. Is that its official term now? The potion pass. I wonder if that's intended or a glitch. Do we know yet if they've commented on it? Maybe we should ask Salty. I'm pretty sure she's not aware of it. We should ask Salty on stream. If she's not being bombarded with what on earth was the nerf that they did. For the other thing. So many extra turns. That's a great way to get burst gold as well. It's a nice byproduct of it. It kind of gives you gold. Because Lycanthropy came in with quite a few unintended effects. Like the fact it was a transform that didn't count as a transform. Which was a pretty huge oversight. We'll add a transform mechanic, but make it so it doesn't count as such. And of course there's a lot of glitches that literally froze the game with it as well. I've never seen it freeze the game a single time Lycanthropy though. But a lot of other people had issues with it. Yeah, the trip's not that bad. The biggest issue with it is as you kill, the amount of gem spawn it does is less. Because every single time you get to brown kill, it creates less brown gems. I mean brown skulls. Or, you know, it creates less skulls every time it kills a brown enemy. Why are those two so close to each other? It's so hard to click. At least when they're all jittery, they like propel each other away from each other. But they fixed the jitter glitch. Though it still happened even after they said they fixed the jitter glitch. But that was one nice thing about it, because they would jitter away from each other, so they would never overlap each other. But now sometimes when the jitter glitch is fixed, and they're over top each other very closely, they won't like jitter away from each other. Which is annoying because it's funnier when they jitter, but it's also actually convenient because they never get too close to each other because they count as like their own objects. It's pretty funny. I wish I would add the jitter glitch back. That was one glitch I wish they would not have fixed. Like, of all the billions of small visual glitches in the game, and they fix like one of the funnest ones. But it's so common that they kind of had to. Because, of course, world events happen like 11 out of, or 10 out of 11 weeks now. So they kind of had to fix it. Otherwise, it looks pretty bad if there's that kind of glitch like almost every week. It's also why they fixed the token glitch, because it happens pretty much every single week. Yeah, all the ones that like barely ever happen, they like never get around to fixing. You should pick Living Quartz whenever you see it because it gives the most points. Wait, does it? Does it? I thought it was a rarity order. Am I mistaken? When I looked at it earlier, it seemed like it was a rarity order. Though I did look at it at like 4 a.m. in the morning. I didn't even notice that was a double potion gem right there. Wait, how was that not enough to kill? There we go. Oh, Living Quartz does give more. Alright, that would explain its special icon. Okay, we'll take the Living Quartz then. I don't think we've really passed up on many though. Yeah, every Living Quartz we need to go take then. Oh, so I like how there's a lot of brown enemies to make Living Quartz actually useful. Honestly, this is probably the best implementation of a glory troop for a world event that has ever happened in the history of this game. I wish they would do that more often. Because it's a troop that isn't completely useless. That is actually very ridiculously useful for the world event. Well, it's a good Phoenicia team. Hero with anything that doesn't block it, followed by Phoenicia, Leprechaun, Mirage Queen. The best weapon to use with it is either a mana accumulation weapon or something that can clean up. So like a Bronze Lock Pistol or a Withering Staff if you happen to have it, that thing that creates skulls and tangles the first slot. It's one of those old faction weapons. Oh, he's got a double potion. Hey, entangled perfect timing. The burn would have killed him regardless by the end. But overall, the troop's pretty cool. Great low rarity skull spammer. Very situational when you bring it out, but I can see it having use in Guild Wars if nothing else. Particularly earlier on in the game when you might not have other options at all. It's definitely a solid option. Quite literally. I wish I would just keep it simple and just always make it rarity order. It just always overcomplicates things since it's not really mentioned anywhere in game. And by not really mentioned, I mean not mentioned literally at all. So unless you check third-party resources, there's no way to actually know. Unless you check third-party resources or just figure it out by messing around with it across your guild or other guilds. There's no way in the game itself other than trial and error to know. Valraven taking away one of my brown spawns. Because there should have likely been a brown in that location if he wasn't there. That was perfectly fine, he's giving us sigils. Also, we're not really needing that Earth Sphere. I'm going to move it down by one. Just so we have a backup mana accumulator a little bit quicker. Because it helps pop the potions, which is rather convenient. That's funny, there was a quartz on the enemy team and we still get a brown potion for it, which makes sense, of course. But we can actually use the enemy quartz to help us if we're just getting an extra turn spam and hit a skull against it. This is one of the reasons why it likely won't be used later in the game. It's a really big liability to use on your brown Guild War team. Because if the enemy team starts getting a lead, it's going to be really bad. Because living quartz on defend isn't going to be good if it falls behind. Like if the enemy team's doing good, living quartz is going to be really bad. It's only good when the enemy's doing bad. Oh no, they're all obsidian golems. Oh no. I've been forced to have to take golem. Well, it's also always possible to catch up in this game. There are people with 1-year-old accounts at this point that you wouldn't even notice. Just because they're able to farm enough off of vault events and other stuff that a good majority of stuff can be caught up within a single year in this game. Vault events being a pretty good contributing factor, but also how the drop tables work in general. The only thing that's slightly hard is obtaining all mythics. Or that and all weapons, because some of them are money locked now. But as far as like the important goal of actually having like all the troops for Kingdom Stars and stuff like that, that's the main harder objective to catch up on. Getting the first half of the mythics isn't too bad. It's the second half that's the issue. Like, the last dozen mythics are the hardest to get. Because generally you have to either soul forge for them specifically or event key for them specifically by that point. Because you have so many that the chance you get it from a random drop is just unrealistic. And you should be saving them for new mythics instead. Because a useless new mythic is still a new mythic. Oh, don't you run away, Valraven. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Yeah, overall this trip is kind of cool. I really like how they implemented it for this world event. I wish every glory troop was implemented like this. It's something that's actually viable to use, has a unique mechanic, and fits very well with the world event. Now they just need to make every glory troop that ever comes into the game like this thing. Which will probably never happen. But this is what weekly glory troop should be like. Like every single one that ever comes in. It does so many things correctly. Even though it's not meta. That's still useful. And fits exceedingly well with the event. Which I feel like almost no glory troops ever do. Sometimes they're not even usable in the current event. What was the question? I didn't see the question. Let's see. I don't know, what was the question? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I know, could you repost the question? I'm trying to read through and I don't seem to see it. Can you get a sick day off? Of course. I took like a whole week off. We were on vacation. I don't think I did a single ward event last week. Of course, now we're doing ours. We're right in the middle. You still did like insanely good on this one too. Actually, you're probably still on leaderboard, aren't you? You are... Where'd you go? Yep, 16th. Okay, so we finished out that. I think the only last two things we haven't done is the world event then? Or not the world event, I mean the daily thingy. Because we didn't have to do it since we picked the other thing. So let's just switch to Phoenicia and we'll be good to go. Where on earth even is Phoenicia? Oh, I really need to keep a top Phoenicia. I still have at the bottom with all the other teams there. Ricardo. Oh, we need Hero to grab the explosion. And if anyone has any other questions, let me know. Because once you finish out dungeons, we'll probably call it a stream for now. But that's all Chapter 2 tasks. And of course, we'll be back to doing these every single Monday night, as we always do. Of course, the previous week we weren't able to, but we are back now, so we shall be going forward. And of course, we'll be streaming every single night, messing around with Gems of War. This week doesn't have as many things going on, but still plenty of stuff to mess around with. Main thing we have going on this week is we're getting a new Golvania weapon this Friday. Everything else is pretty much just normal stuff. But we will be streaming Darkest Dungeon throughout the week to this week. I'm not sure if we'll do it every day, but I'm going to try to do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're definitely doing it tomorrow, that's for sure. The other 2 days are still to be determined, but I'll probably start around 10 or noon or so. Depends when I am awake. Hopefully a bit earlier, so we can do a bit of a longer stream for it. And we'll be starting from a fresh file. I also haven't played in a very, very long time as far as the main campaign. So we're going to be a little rusty. To forget how a lot of the stuff works. Enough that I still know most of the game, though. But like most of the enemy attacks and stuff like that would probably be pretty clueless, so we're probably still going to die a lot. And we'll go from there. Also, we're doing the medium difficulty. We're not going to be doing the absolute highest one, though. Mostly because there's a time limit thingy, which is weird. I'm also not going to be doing Crimson Court initially. We will be at some point. However, I'm not starting with it just because it's such an annoying DLC to deal with. So I'm going to deliberately keep it disabled initially and then turn it on at a later point when we're past a point where it would be way too annoying. Because having to deal with it as soon as you start the game is just so absurdly bad. So we're just going to keep it disabled. Because it drastically changes how you play the entire game. In a mostly negative way, I would say. Unless you deliberately want to participate in the Crimson Court content. If you're trying to avoid it and have it on, it's just so annoying. Are the 50 VIP chests worth it? What do you mean by the 50 VIP chests? Is there an offer for that? Do you mean the VIP chests that you get at VIP 5? Or do you mean the 50 bulk of VIP chests? If you're looking to try to get a mythic at a really high rate, they are worth it. It's quite a bit of gems. However, if you're looking to convert gems into mythics, VIP keys have the best ratio for gem to mythic converting in the entire game. So in that regard, yes, 50 bulks of VIP keys are good. They're really good if you really want to secure down a new mythic by gemming it. or if you're looking to get a wide variety of mythics when it's not an exclusive mythic, when you're still needing quite a few. But yes, it is the best gem to mythic ratio in the entire game for converting gems to mythics. Normally, you don't want to use gems specifically on trying to obtain mythics, necessarily. However, if you are going to be doing it and you have access to them, VIP keys is the way you should be doing it. And 50 bulks, ideally, too. Especially if you're going for just random drops, because you can sometimes pull a double or even a triple mythic from it. Especially since they ended up increasing their drop rate from a 1% to a 1.6, I believe it is, in the current state of the game. It's a 1.67 in the current state of the game. It used to only be a 1%, but they buffed it about a year or so ago. I don't think I've opened a single VIP key since they buffed it, because these are from, like, a couple years. It is 44 we have sitting here. We almost have over 50 just from ones that they've handed out over the last few years. Do we have a good Weaver team? Traditionally, Weavers ran into life and death, particularly this team, this one. Something in first slot would Empower, followed by life and death, Arachne Weaver, and King Avalon. King Avalon gives elves 50% mana start. Orb Weaver is an elf, or Arachne Weaver is an elf, and itself is an elf. And then this whatever you have in first slot already has Empower, so everything starts with 50% with your first slot starting with Empower. The Empower feeds into Life and Death and or Arachne Weaver. Ideally something into purple or something into green are your two main ones that you'd want to do. Normally into purple. So Lammerstew can work out pretty well for that. And then it just goes crazy. This is more of a defensive team than an offensive team. However, it can be used offensively. And then once Lammerstew dies or whatever you put as your Empower there, you just summon a Web Spinner there. And sometimes the AI will sometimes get an elf there instead. But regardless, you're getting some kind of resummon there to keep life and death safe. Plus you have Orb Weaver summon, so you're going to get Giant Spiders, and Giant Spiders gives you purple, and purple goes really well into life and death and Arachne Weaver. So it ends up working out really well. But this is generally the go-to Weaver team. It's one of the more standard ones. What you use for your first slot's pretty flexible, but the other three are pretty standard. Life and death is Orb Weaver, Arachne Weaver into King Avalon. It's the most common way that Weaver tends to get used. If you don't have life and death, there are a few other true damage hero weapons that can kind of synergize with it. However, life and death is definitely the way to go if you have access to it. What's the Mother of Darkness Night Spider team? We were running it earlier, I believe, for one of the objectives, but it's this team right over here. Somewhere's in here. It's Rope Dart, Night Spider, Mother of Darkness, Captain McCall. If you don't have Rope Dart, I believe the red-purple extra turn hero weapon can kind of work, though it's not quite the same. You ideally want to have Rope Dart, because it's much, much better. But that one Death Kneel weapon that's like red-purple into extra turn can also kind of work, though it's way weaker than having Rope Dart for it. Well, it's one of those other extra turn weapons. You know what weapon would actually be really interesting on this? Hold up. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Though it's probably slower because it doesn't do any damage. That new potion weapon. That new potion weapon is actually going to be kind of interesting with that. Because it creates, it uses blue. So you're going to be able to feed blue into it from it. Creates 3 potions of either blue, green, red, yellow, or purple. Blue feeds into itself, red feeds into itself. Green feeds in the spider, purple feeds in the spider. So pretty much any potion that isn't yellow would be beneficial. If it creates literally any potion that isn't yellow, it would be so ridiculously good. Because you don't necessarily need the brown potion. And yellow is the only one that wouldn't really help you too much. But both blue, green, red, and purple would all be very useful. Blue and red would feed back into itself, and green and purple would feed into spider. Making yellow the only bad option if it triggers it. Because it doesn't do brown for whatever reason. Which doesn't make much sense, but it doesn't. I'm not sure if that's intended or not. It just seems so weird that it does literally every color but brown. Doesn't really make much sense, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, Doom Dax could work too. You generally want an extra turn option there though, which is why I mentioned that Flask and Rope Dart and Death Kneel. Because ideally you don't want to waste your turn to do the ability. It's not required to not waste your turn, but ideally you don't want to, since it's a very extra turn heavy team. So anything that can get you an extra turn tends to be optimal for it. Does it work on Explore 12? I wouldn't advise it, though it would. Like, it can kill Explore 12. It's definitely not the quickest thing to be killing Explore 12 with. It's primarily made to be a PvP team, and that's about it. It's just a fun PvP team to mess around with. You can't use it for Guild War because it's not pure color. and you can't really use it for most other areas of the game because it's just not quick enough. It's pretty good for running gnomes though on 20%, if nothing else. Like running gnomes on 20% and stuff like that. But I don't know, PvP is like the main location where it's viable, which makes it not super high priority to end up getting. Just because having proper PvP teams isn't really that important. Having proper Guild War teams is important, but having like normal PvP teams isn't too important in the current state of the game. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1 hour or hour and a half prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. During the day tomorrow, we will be starting back with Darkest Dungeon, a game we haven't streamed for, what, 3 years now? We did like ages back, like 3-4 years, a very long time ago. But yeah, Darkest Dungeon 2 beta coming out, I believe, next month sometime. So I do want to revisit Darkest Dungeon 2 a little bit and at least complete through one side of the game, as well as all the DLC associated to it and all that. So we'll be starting that back up tomorrow and starting from a brand new, fresh run after having not played it for such a long time, and do it on the medium difficulty. And we'll go from there. Though the medium difficulty is still exceedingly hard, even though it's the mid-range one. But anyways, guys, I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Also, hello, Alfredo. Welcome and goodbye. Is Salty streaming tonight? Yeah, she should be. If she starts on time, should be up in a few minutes. But yeah, she does that at Affinity Plus 2 on Twitch. But yeah, she should be up in a few minutes. I forget what she was talking about, but I'm pretty sure she'll be asked some questions about the nerf that happened last week to the Vault event. And not sure what else she's going over, but she normally go over something spoiler related. Things that we can't since we don't have access to the dev build of the games. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy your week, and I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone.